Quiet on set. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Let's Poddy podcast with your host, Benji Weatherly. It's the podcast where you learn absolutely nothing.
Looking for a new way to elevate your look? Let's Poddy's newest sponsor, Ponto Footwear, makes the perfect addition to your wardrobe. Their Pacific Dress sneaker is responsibly made with recycled materials. And with its water-resistant and slip-resistant design, you'll be ready for anything. Use our code PODDY15 for 15% off on your order at pontofootwear.com. Our real guest right now is Blair Conklin, and Conklin is English?
Something.
You don't even know. No one knows.
Irish,
22 in this.
Irish, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Irish? All right.
Something
Well,
like
we're going
that.
to find out on this podcast because we're going to take your saliva and test it out.
Perfect.
And that spaghetti over there looks good, Kalana. Kalana. But yeah, we're a pleasure to have you, buddy. It's one of the rarest sports on planet Earth. He's a skimmer. There's probably about 1.100 people that do it because it's super hard and you have to live in Laguna.
I like to say it's kind of like underwater basket weaving. Like there's really not that many people that do it.
But if you do it, you do it good.
And you're badass.
Yeah. I'm stoked because I know of you and I watch your YouTube videos like a creep, just all at home by myself. I always watch them late at night, which is even creepier. But yeah, I just dig it because I was telling them earlier with Kalani, as a surfer, I loved it, especially if you're out on the beach with your girlfriend. You're like, this is sick life. But then you had to paddle through currents and fucking get rashes. And you're like, fighting for one wave. And I always wish I could have thought of how cool your life is, where you hit that little freaking wedge. I guess we're not going to tell where that wedge is because I always wanted to know. It's got to be somewhere in that fucking rocky world.
Yep.
But you always hit the little wedge, kind of get the little chip in, and then go into like a little barrel, come out, and go onto the beach. And I just have a beer and just hang out with my girlfriend again.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of paddling through currents and going through all that. So was that the first thing you just didn't want to surf?
I guess so. I growing up in South Laguna, that was like my first intro to the ocean, and like the first type of wave riding I saw was Bill Bryan, just majestically skimming across a beach, doing airs on 1 foot waves that looked like skateboarding in the surf. And
it is.
And I was just like drawn to it from a super young age. So and then also when you're really young, you don't even have to go in the water. So I was like 4 years old, maybe in my diapers still, and I'm like down there with the skimboard. And like
when you started at 4?
I was probably 4 or 5 when I got my first
that's
skimboard.
insane.
Yeah, and I was just like playing on the dry sand and that kind of thing, and dropping a wooden board and jumping on it. But you can kind of start messing around from a really young age, and it's not dangerous for the little ones. So. That's
we
what's
did
so cool
we
about
did
it.
actually do it in the summers on the North Shore. It was like all we had was skimboarding, and you would run with boogie boards and do it, or just skim it.
Yeah.
But we had horrible technique compared to you. The run, like just for the people out there, you're running down a pretty heavy incline of a beach usually.
Yep.
And you have to throw the board down and then jump on it perfectly. And we didn't have that. We always would do the hands like surfers.
Yeah,
We'd run
yeah.
and then boop, and then hop up.
Yeah.
And then watching you just seamlessly do it, I'm like, damn, we never thought of that.
No.
Especially because we probably would have got hurt.
There's still people that do
the little
that
thing.
yeah, we call it the monkey crawl, and like it works. It's like
works.
super functional. Like
Yeah.
some of the best skimboarders these days still do that. So I think there's no like right or wrong reason or way to get on the board. It's just kind of just whatever you're most comfortable with. But so you grew up skimboarding a little bit?
Yes. Well, my friend Adam Lerner, shout out, chief lifeguard in North Shore. He was in contests and shit at Sandy Beach, and he would go out, and I think he, finaled a few of them. And me and my other friends at our little crew, we did the HSS, so we do the surf contest. Mm-hmm. But I never got that down the line. But yeah, we only had one board, and we just switch off.
Cool.
But in this, summers on the North Shore are so boring. You'd be like, we're going mountain bike riding or skimboarding.
Yep.
But the skimboarding that you get to do, and the reason why it's so cool, where he's from, is very rocky. It's the craziest thing, too, about your coastline up here is it's beach breaks, and then all of a sudden Laguna is just all these rocky reefs and little chips here and there. And, I mean, I don't know how many. I know the one left that you guys always go to, but is there about a hand? Oh, and then Aliso Creek is a big one, right?
Yeah.
It's like kind of where it started, right?
Yeah, there's like
All these little
it's
secret
like
spots?
kind of like how North Shore is like the
go check
12-mile
spots
miracle
all day
or
like
whatever. What is that? How many miles is it? North
7
Shore.
miles,
7-mile miracle.
right?
Okay.
K-Dog,
Well-
North Shore 7 mile. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
whatever.
You know,
South Laguna is like a half-mile miracle. Like
Yeah, it is.
There's like 10 beaches in such a small zone, and every single one of them is skimmable at some point in the year. So
Fuck, dude, that'd be so fun to go on a surf check with you in the morning out there.
Oh,
You're like you guys probably have little trails because it's really that's the other thing. A lot of your waves you have to have like keys to go down to and shit. You took us out. I was with Jamie O or something, and we went to the house and we walked down some guy's stairs. And
Oh,
looked
no
down there.
way. Okay.
What the hell was that?
whoa,
I don't
you
know.
were with?
Remember that?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember it was like a weird house, and we went down. I think it was with.
Was
Kalani.
that around 4th of July?
Yeah, and it was the weirdest thing. I just went down there, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
The waves weren't that good.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. That was probably my buddy's house, but that was maybe 1,000 steps or something like that.
1,000 steps.
Yeah.
And if you don't get down your buddy's house, you just don't get down there.
There's some
ones.
other
Public
stairs.
beach,
Yeah,
so?
yeah. There's a lot of stairs to get down to the beach, and it keeps some people away. So
Yeah.
But yeah, all of South Laguna is like coves and kind of can be difficult to access, and yeah, it's part of what makes it so special. It's like it looks so much different than the rest of the California coastline, really.
Watch me drop knowledge over here, you guys. So Brazil's got some really good wedges. Let's talk Brazil. See, right? I think I used a video with you, but I went down a rabbit hole. Oh yeah, in that area, like Copacabana and all, in that zone, or how far down the coast is it from Rio? I know that there's some, and it seems like you get some big swells in those zones.
Yeah, Brazil's insane. I think
Insane?
My favorite place to travel to in the world, and mainly because of its topography and like geology. It's every single. What's up?
Yeah, you guys are dropping knowledge right now.
Yeah, it's special,
cent words.
dude. It kind of puts Laguna to shame as far as like rocky
G
coastline
strings,
goes. Yeah,
real acai, without
Yeah.
Machado trying to get his dick in there. Jesus Christ. They're purple. Like, remember those things on the beach? Your whole mouth would be like pink for like a week. You're like, oh, shit.
your insulin blood sugar levels are just skyrocketing and you crash in no time. But yeah, that's the land of the wedges. I think just because of all the like rocky cliffs,
And
waves are just bouncing in every which direction. And
Is there like a community down there that you hook up with that are just on your level of skimming?
yeah, there's some incredible talent coming out of Brazil. The sport's probably growing there more than anywhere else in the world right now. The current world champion is from Brazil. He's from Rio, and
So sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
hear
no,
all
you're
this
good.
stuff actually, but you
Yeah.
compete?
I used to. I competed quite a bit, and skimboarding's very tight knit community, and contests don't have like all the support that they do in surfing, and I kind of just I got a little burnt out from competing and found a fun alternative. So
What you're doing is the best thing. You got a dream scenario.
yeah, no,
You're like Kalani Robb.
it's a good deal, but yeah, what I was going to say about Brazil and what's so cool about the skimboarding community there was it evolved completely separately from skimboarding in California. So there is this beach there. It's called Sanunga, and it's in Ubatuba.
I've been
And it's like there's this crazy cliff wall on one side, and it's basically like the wedge in Newport, but it breaks from right to left. So for regular footers, it's like
I think that's the one I probably watched.
It's the perfect wedge, yeah. And so in like probably the 60s or 70s, the locals at that beach were making skimboards just because like that's what you could do there. Like that's the only board you could ride at that beach pretty much.
So it has the actual nostalgia of that zone. That's cool.
Yeah, and it like
they're making them out of the wood, just probably right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's one of the things
so.
I want to dive down. Is the manufacturing of snowboards. I just got back from a Burton thing where they taught us how they not taught us, but showed us how they make the boards.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there's wood in the middle of snowboards. I was like, what? I didn't know there's wood. I thought you guys made it just plastics and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Is skimboards now, like, did you ever ride one from 60s or 70s and shit?
Yeah.
Is it just like a clunk of wood compared to what they are now?
Oh yeah, they used to be built like very similarly to a surfboard. So it was like just foam and resin and not even a stringer. And they would break. They'd break pretty dang easily. So they're still thin, and I think they do like a lot of epoxy, so they're pretty damn heavy. But that was the only thing that kept them together. And to this day, I collect skimboards
that's
from
probably
back
fun as
then.
hell.
And
So when you got to see that culture in Brazil, is probably, did they have any of their old relics?
yeah. Some of the locals still have they ride circular discs, and they literally would just like frisbee them onto the sand, and because they're spinning, they would slide better. And so they would just spin. They would just spin the board super fast, jump on it, and then just like turn as hard as they could off of a wave.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's so cool to find out where, I wonder what the first fucker was like, I'm going to throw this thing down and skimboard it. It's maybe in the 50s, you'd think.
Dude, I kind of think it goes back to like ancient Hawaiians.
Yeah.
Like
no kid's not going to try throwing some shit down.
No. And even like ancient Hawaiians, I'd imagine they were probably like messing around on the shore before they were paddling out to the breakers.
That's so true.
Know? Like they were
what kid doesn't screw around and try to do skimboard? No matter what, if they know it or not, they're always trying something.
Yeah. They're always trying.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Those things started on the beach running out to go surf. They're probably fucking like,
You're right. I'm sure pipos they're I know for certain they're skimmable. And they kind of look, the old pipos, the really, really old ones.
Yeah, me and Kalani talked about your... Like the future is definitely like riding a more almost skimboard kind of S board, and like how you can do things on waves that right now other people can't, and that he's totally spot on. And it tripped me out that Tom Curran's into riding skimboards. You see that shit?
Yeah.
And I watched him struggle at fucking RinCon on it, and I was like, I don't know if that's the right board, but he knew that if you could get that board in the right pocket, it was going to be able to do stuff that your normal board couldn't. He wanted that one. And this is speaking for you, Tom, but just that, because he's always trying to find that new feeling of what it felt like when he first started going crazy at J-Bay and all that feeling. And I think that skimboard, he probably had a moment where he's like, oh, that was a different feeling. Felt way more, like tightness and whatever it felt. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that Kalani's a big fan of yours, and so am I. And it's because you're not. I like it because of the style. I'm all about style, and you have like a really good surf style, which now is skimming style.
Yeah, I think Tom, he originally got into skimming because he was like down in Salina Cruz, and my buddy Brad Domke like went down there just to paddle his skimboard into the right point breaks down there, and I think he ended up like living with Tom for like a month or two, and just they broed out.
That's
and
so cool.
Next thing you know, Tom's paddling Domke's skimboard out there and trying to get into waves. They were doing a lot of like board transfer stuff, paddling out to the break with a big old soft board, but then
and then jumping
sliding onto the skimboard.
Okay.
So
the origin of my story. That's
I think
cool.
that's the origin of
that
Tom's,
sounds right.
Tom's
obviously it's right. That's your freaking world.
Kick. Yeah,
that's rad.
And there is a special feeling of gliding down the line without fins. Like there's, I don't know, it's really so much faster than having like just the drag of the fins. So if you can figure out how to control that speed and not need fins, that's the key. And that's
I hit up my friend this morning, and I told him I was interviewing you, and he goes, "Oh, that's so sick. I love those skimmer guys." And he goes, "Does he surf Porto?" And I was like, Porto. And then I remembered, is it Bryant that got like a 30-foot wave at Porto?
Oh yeah, that's Brad. That was Brad Donkey.
Oh, that's the guy?
That's the guy who was with Tom.
Yeah, but that's what he was referencing. He goes, is he the one that surfs fucking Porto? And I was like, I'd probably not. But, if you go watch him, you're going to trip the fuck out.
That's the one thing that is I haven't experimented with much. Is
I didn't even
the big wave skimboarding thing.
Yeah, that thing is such a big barrel. I guess it's creepy.
It's pretty freaking scary, the big
wave.
But
I just realized, you're a regular foot like me, and all the wedges in California are all lefts.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, and on a skimboard, it's like be swivel hips. It's not easy. No. So going to Brazil, you're probably like, Asahi, please. Just standing in barrels.
I kind of want to move there, actually. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, man. I need to get better at Portuguese, I guess.
And jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
If you want to keep catching all the sets.
Yeah, right. Need to take some classes with Kalani,
they're
I
probably
think.
so mellow that the skimmers, because it's not a that was the other question is when you go down, just say in your home breaks, is it crowded now?
No, man.
Oh, God, what a sport where it's just you guys. It's like living in the 40s and being a surfer.
Yeah, I was talking to someone about this the other day, and it's like, it's what's hurt our sport so much, but it's also what keeps it like so cool is just how hard it is to get into. Like there's only a select few people that get into it and stick with it.
Right.
And it keeps our community really, really small. but it also hinders our sport because there's
Right.
not a whole lot of room for growth.
Yeah,
And,
you get the summer goers, and then they're gone for the winter. It's like on a
Yeah.
cold winter day, you're out there like battling for waves, right?
No, exactly. And even in winter, like skimboarding can become more difficult in Laguna because all the beaches get flat. So it's almost like a little bit of a seasonal thing here in California for us.
And is it better on north or what? What's the swell direction for that wedge to be good?
South.
So it's
yeah.
mainly in the summer.
Yep.
That's cool.
And a lot of beaches in Laguna are best in the summer. So, and then but it is possible year round. You just have to get a little bit more creative. And running in a wetsuit is like weight training, sprinting in.
I know you're always in trunks, like 90% of the time. You're like, even in the winter, you're like, I'm not getting wet, bitch.
Yeah.
the cool thing about your guys' the setup is that you catch surf caught on at the right time, especially for my friend, and it's like you fit perfectly on catch surf. You know, like there's no real surfing. I mean, I'm not gonna say there's no surf industry left, but it's a lot different than it looked when I was a kid. And catch surf really like kind of wrapped its arms around some new shit, and one of them being Kalani's world top bodyboarder in the world. And and the funny part is me and him are in Bali, and he's just fucking. I mean, I've never seen him. That's not true. He was surfing unbelievable, and he had these photos from above that before drones, just so sick. And I was like, that's a cover. And I go, there's your catch surf ad. Fuck yeah, it's on. And then he gets home, and they're like, we don't want those fucking photos. Like, what are you fucking giving me these? I mean, cover shots, like tail out, fucking perfect color.
Yeah.
And they're like, what
You're
the fuck
ripping
are you
too hard.
doing? Yeah, they're like, this makes no sense. And I was like, what is happening? And now it makes all the sense.
Yeah.
It's so sick. You were trying so hard. We had our best clips, and at the end, it was like, why did you even do that shit? And it really opened my eyes to like, whoa, catch surf's got a totally different outlook and totally different approach, which ends up being a place where the world's. I mean, I don't know the world that much, but my favorite skimmer style is all I give a fuck about. If the other kid, the world title kid, has as good a style as you, then we got a problem. But the catch surf guys caught on, and it's rad to see you guys be able to go on trips together and shit. It seems like are you guys doing those tours anymore?
Yeah,
Since
we
COVID?
get out there a little bit. We do the foam wreckers thing, and that's like a Red Bull collab with Catch Surf, and they kind of organize the events, and we get to just go down and dick around. And
Seems like you guys are always dicking around.
yeah.
Sounds like that's your new campaign. Just dicking around. Don't do porn.
We do a pretty good job of that. But yeah, I think what's so cool about our team too is like we're pretty diverse.
Yeah.
Kalani comes from a competitive surfing background, and he's one of the best surfers in the world. And then we've got Johnny Redmond, who rides was the original finless beater guy, and really good at finless riding. We've got skimboarder and
but
Tyler Stanlin and OC Gravy, yeah.
And then Jamie O. I mean, the team's actually incredibly big. I didn't realize all the names.
Yeah.
I want to meet Redmond. I've only heard good things about him. He seems
Redmond's
like a cool
classic.
kid.
Yeah. He's a superstar around T Street.
And you guys got the Jamie O thing. Is it his main sponsor nowadays? Is that Jamie O's main, or does he still do like surf sponsors?
I'd imagine Red Bull and Catch Surf is up there.
But Catch Surf's his clothing brand, right? Or no?
He definitely has his own brand.
Oh, he's got his own brand?
Yeah, he has Stay Psyched or whatever.
Yeah, my little nephews and stuff watch all his stuff. It's pretty cool to see that there's another outlet. Like for me, he was on tour more than I was, but it was like I found this niche was Taylor Steele's movies and going on magazine trips, and I found my I guess alley that I can make a living for as long as I did. And it seems like with you guys, you've created a new little alley. Like you guys could just go down and dick around. Yeah. So did I just name the tour? Catch Surf, come down and dick around. Oh, got that, and you got Frank Don't Surf. I got two. That's going to be Palm Springs shirt.
Nice.
Frank, Sinatra. Frank Don't Surf.
Yeah.
Maybe it's him holding his hat like ding, like something there. But yeah, don't dick around.
Two things today.
Yeah, it's happening. Nice. You don't want to be around me too long, or you're going to think you have ideas, and then tomorrow you're going to be like, that didn't make any sense. True. Too much weed. But no, I want to go on forever. But right now, what's asked of you as a professional skimmer? Do you have a tour? You're done with that? You're just making YouTubes and having fun?
Yeah, exactly.
That's killer.
Yeah, so I used to compete, and there is a tour still. It's like 5 events, and usually one is international. But it's kind of similar to surfing. It's like you you have heats of, I think it's 10 minutes in skimboarding, and they judge you on your top 2 waves.
You can get a contest done in 30 minutes.
It goes by pretty quick.
Sounds like more my jam.
Yeah, no, you can get so many waves in such a short period of time.
I think our least favorite thing is waiting for heats. You wait there like all day as a little kid, and at the end you're like, yeah, I give a shit. And then you have to go back for 4 more heats the next day, and it was just like drawn out.
Yep.
Let's get this skimboard event done in 30 minutes.
Dude, the thing with skimboarding contests, which is always a bummer, is like they only have a weekend to run it. So you're just dealt with whatever conditions you have. And a lot of the times it's not the best showcasing of the sport. So,
Well, we figured that out for you.
okay.
It's called Palm Springs Club 1206 Frank Sinatra Way. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but hey, honestly, if you haven't seen the YouTube clips of Blair, I was watching you way before then, like creepy style behind the bushes, but when you got fucking grenched into his pool last year.
It's winched.
Winched?
Close enough.
Grinch. I thought it was a Grinch.
Yeah.
That's me.
You're close. You're close.
I'm close enough. And I wind up. But it's like basically I'll just explain it to people who don't know. It's a generator that does it, right? You just turn a generator on and it starts spinning.
It's an electric motor, actually.
Electric
so it's
motor.
basically like what you have on an e-bike, but it's attached to a fishing reel. And so
And then you
it's
hold
just
on to your little rope.
reeling in a rope.
I don't think I've ever done a wrench. I always just did a ski, but
yeah.
So he gets basically towed in like a jet ski from the land, and the wave starts breaking in the wave pool, and he flies towards the wave. You let go, and then he gets to get into the wave way before it even breaks, and it was really cool. And they ended up finding out how to get a barrel because he was fucking around trying to make you a wedge or something, right?
Yeah,
and he just stumbled onto a barrel.
That whole thing was crazy because like Kalani was the only one who really allowed me to bring a winch into a wave pool, and I had been trying to do this for a while. And never had any success. So as soon as Kalani was pumping out waves,
That's
I was like, he made my dreams come true. And then all this incredible stuff came out of it. Like I didn't really know Shane very well before that, and I think Shane has the freaking coolest job in the world, and he's like one of the most inspirational dudes to me, just to see what he's doing on the computer and how much he loves what he does too. Like it's
having
it's
a guy
it's such a creative job
too, right? In that position, you don't usually have an engineer that makes wave pools that can do a bigger air than Kelly Slater. It's like, what's happening? Exactly. And he's so fucking cool. Yeah, he's pretty bronze from the video I saw today. The red fudge nugget is just Burnt Reynolds.
He's just a freaking lizard now.
He's jacked right now too. These guys are all jacked, getting ready to be Palm Springs dorks by the pool. I hate them. So I just want to be a cabana boy. Just walk around and give you guys whatever you want. Handies, whatever. That's a massage.
I want a Kalani Robb 8-pack, dude.
Yeah,
I need to work on my 8-pack.
You guys understand my whole fucking life has been about him taking his shirt off and me going, damn it. It's so gross because he's like, hey, you want to go and have cinnamon roll freaking French toast? I'm like, yeah, I do. And he's like, and mine like, and so that's been happening forever. We're like 12, and I'm like, ugh.
That's secretly why he took his shirt off 8 times in his interview.
Yeah,
he's just trying to show off his 8-pack.
He's like, I hate shirts. I'm like, it's fucking cold. I don't want my shirt off.
He's like, let's go in the ice bath. Check out my 8-pack.
Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, right out of the gates, me and Kalani. He's like, yeah. I go, he's got a bunch of ice in his back of his truck. I'm like, who's got beer? And I thought we're getting a cooler ready for the potty. And no, we're going in for a trash can dip. I felt good though. We're gonna have to do that head first. This next one, 3 minutes.
I would say it's a pretty awesome way to go into a talking thing.
Yes,
like, you're like so energized and like
so true.
I don't know.
Maybe that
changes your whole
that Kevin
mindset.
Hart thing. Now I get his little, his podcast where they sit in ice tubs and talk. I don't know if you could have a podcast over 3 minutes with that though.
Oof, definitely not. My bones would be frozen by the end of that.
So I'm gonna introduce you to Annie Graziano. She's my co-host. She actually does research and has questions that like how big your shoe size was on one side to the other. But give us some action over here.
Okay. So I've never met an actual skimboarder before, so this is really sick.
It's not many of us.
It's like seeing a good unicorn.
Yeah, they're mostly in Laguna too.
Yeah. So I'm really curious. Like when you work on your technique, what does that look like for you?
No, I that's a good question. I think a lot of it comes down to the style thing, and I was always like really inspired by surfing and wanted to always have like my favorite style that I see in surfing. So like whether it's Kalani or like John Florence, like I wanted to look like I was surfing on a skimboard. I think I need some buttering. But like I think that was also one thing that really allowed skimboarding to grow a little bit more too, was when it started looking like surfing. Like it started getting recognized by people in the surf industry, and people wanted to support skimboarding that didn't previously. So I think a lot of my like technique and what I do is kind of just trying to emulate surfing, and then being able to throw in like some more skate style tricks in there is what really gets people's heads kind of like, whoa, this is different. This is not what surfing is. But yeah, it's hard. It's very difficult to make a finless board that small look like you're surfing. So that's a lot of where the technique comes from, I guess. Yeah.
Do you have any, like, what I was thinking is, do you have any like cardboards or anything like that replicates skimboarding? Kind of not really. It's kind of hard to replicate.
Yeah.
Except just reps, just having to do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, river waves are like
a good point.
pretty good way to practice.
That new wave in
finless.
Hawaii.
Yeah, that thing's
thing looks.
insane.
Oh, you'd probably go nuts on that thing, right?
I've been there a couple times.
Oh,
yeah,
my friends
it's
are eating that
super
thing
fun.
alive, like, because they're all older surfers that like cars.
Yeah.
So you sit there and they carve and they feel like they're just ripping.
Yeah.
Well, they are ripping. It looks fun.
Dude, that thing's a workout, man.
Is it?
It's so much like you work every part of your body when you're doing turns, just back and
good
forth.
Training though, if you want to get all jacked for the summertime for all the ladies.
For sure. Just go hit the
Kalani's like, I don't need
Waikai. Yeah.
Dick.
No,
He's
but
at Krispy Kremes right now.
yeah.
Getting
Just
abs.
straight to his microwave lasagna.
So is it? Can you? What besides like shove-its and stuff and doing carves? Is there any other tricks you can do on that little wave?
You know,
Like little pop, like
I think people are gonna start landing kickflips and stuff on that thing. I bet you in the next 2 to 3 years you see people land some flips on them. I actually just got invited to do it's a river surfing like I guess city wave contest, which is what the one in Hawaii is. It's a massive city wave. It's the biggest one they've ever built. But
where is that at?
They have another one in Washington, and it's
state or city?
State, yeah.
Washington State, and
yeah.
it's an actual river.
No, sorry, it's the same technology. But they do a USA versus Europe surfing contest. And so there's a lot of city waves in Europe and a lot of good river style surfing out of there. So this is my first time ever competing in one, and I'm gonna ride a skimboard in it, which will be pretty cool. And hopefully, I mean, they're probably not gonna know how to freaking judge it, but
did you try a surfboard on it?
Yeah, I've tried a finless board on it. I mean, sorry,
a fin board.
Yeah, I've tried riding fins on it. I don't have as much fun as
you don't
I
have
do.
as much fun.
No, because
I gotta try the skateboarding thing.
Turns, dude, they kind of get old after a while,
right? Because
Like,
you're just so you have to be way more brittle on yours, like more toesy and stuff. You can't push too hard, right?
Yeah,
you
definitely can. You can lay into it with fins, but I guess and without too.
You can
I
as
well.
Watch that footage.
Yeah, and I guess with fins in, it's like harder to do the shove it style tricks.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to do reverses or airs, that kind of thing for me.
No, I 100% agree. I could imagine it's like hindrance to have fins for someone like you.
I don't know. I definitely fins kind of.
I
freak me
wear
out.
big fins too because I'm heavy.
Yeah.
Someone told me I was heavy. I think of myself as skinny, but I'd always use huge fins. And now I'm realizing I should have skimboarded.
Yeah, you could just be throwing massive buckets right on the shore.
And I would have never had to paddle. Oh, I hate that.
Hey, it's not too
My
late.
least favorite thing about surfing is paddling.
Because
it's 95%. And no one told you that. They're like, yeah, because you just see videos of guys surfing. Like, sick. I want to do that. But you don't realize 95 of it is this.
Yep. My favorite was Kalani came and went skimboarding with me like 2 summers ago.
Is he skimboarding?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's kind of rips actually.
He's good at everything. Little punk.
No, he did pretty good, but he could not walk the next day.
Oh,
he ran for like 10 waves.
That's true. You guys cardio is better than legs are stronger than surfers.
Dude,
you run all day.
Skimming works your legs.
Yeah.
Like running in sand. No one likes running in sand, but that's like what we do every day, and it's a challenge. And even for me, dude, like if I go a week without skimming and then all of a sudden I have to sprint in sand again, like the next day is gonna hurt.
Especially Brazil, the thick sand down there.
Yeah.
What about the video I saw of the kid runs out, it's a lake and there's a boat and he goes and he jumps on his board
Yep.
and slides all the way to the wake and starts going.
Yep. He's got that monkey crawl technique like the
he does,
Hawaiians do. Yeah.
So I'm going to explain this video really quick. It's in a lake in like Florida or something. Probably.
Yeah.
Something like that. A little dock. And the boat is going by and he runs super, super fast and jumps on his skimboard and goes across the lake. And I'd say, 100 yards maybe?
Yeah,
maybe
he's got a pretty long reach on that
and
thing.
he's
Yeah.
going across, though. It's like he's just flying through the lake by himself, and then the wake from the boat he catches and starts riding with the boat. I don't know. I can't even get a shout out to the video, but
his name's Austin Keene.
Austin Keene.
And he's also the guy who ran into the Kelly Slater wave. So he was the dude who was able to run in from the side of Kelly's wave and catch it without even paddling.
That's right, too. So he's got a good little thing. Did you ever fuck with that?
Oh, I have not surfed Kelly's wave, and I have done a fair amount of wake surfing. But apparently he got kind of like barred from running off the side of the Kelly's wave.
People want to try to do it.
Well, and maybe not because people want to do it. I think it's like something with a protective liner on the
They're not
the
letting Grinches in there.
Yeah,
this K-Dog saying, bring torches, bombs, and fireworks, whatever. Partying at the Palm Springs. No, I'm kidding. No,
basically, Palm Springs Surf Club is going to let us run into waves if we can. And,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's why I love Kalani. He just sets you up for success. So.
Well, think about it this way. If he didn't do that, you guys would have never had that little barreling right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's so crazy about doing progressive stuff is you have to do stuff to get progression. And you guys just randomly try to make this wedge, and then the second wave after the wedge becomes this right barrel. And he's like, got it.
Yeah. That was so cool.
Breaking the rules sometimes works.
Yeah. Being a part of Shane making that wave was like
when they
such a trip to
explain
me.
it, like I want him to do it. They were trying to make him a wedge in the middle of the pool to come up like this so he could run or wrench out it and just smash it, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you guys are going for?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
then what happened with the second wave? Was it just out of nowhere? You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. So what happened was he put all this water in the middle of the pool, and it would move off of the reef. All that water would eventually move off of the reef. So then when he pumped out the next wave, it was shallower and it actually hit the reef way better. And it was just total accidental creation. Like we were just trying, and the wave
when the first one happened, were you guys like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And Shane was just like geeking out to it, like, all right, forget the wedge. We're just doing this now.
So when you would be there, you would see this wedge come out, and they explained to me that this wedge that comes out doesn't break. It just kind of goes like, it kind of breaks a little bit, but it goes like this. And then I just saw this perfect little barrel, but they're like, that's the reason why this happened. And he told the whole story about how they were trying to give him a wedge, and next thing you know, they got this perfect barrel out of the wedge. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really rad. Have you had Shane on this on the Let's Poddy?
No, okay. And we're gonna get him right when he's most busy, right when they're trying to open. Oh wait, that's now.
Perfect.
Right now. Just go out there and be like, do my body. No, I'm thinking about bringing the potty out to Palm Springs when we have like some free time and stuff. Because my little like, nephew Parker Browning's going to be a little lifeguard and stuff.
Oh,
so
right on.
visit him. And
no
that's
way.
Greg's son. Like I was talking about earlier.
Okay, cool. So he's a full-time Palm Springs surfer.
Can you imagine he just graduated, or did he graduate? No.
Yeah, he had got his associates from I think Long Beach.
And he's this cool little 21, 22. She grew up with him.
I didn't grow up with him. I've just known him for the last 4 years.
Same town,
but
they like each
close
other.
enough. Close enough.
And he's right now he's about to embark on the coolest life a 21-year-old kid is ever going to have. He gets to be a lifeguard, pro little surfer kid at the Palm Springs wave pool.
He gets to play music at the.
And he plays.
He's going to be the DJ.
The kid is so cool. He's rad. So rad. He's going to have the best life, and I'm more jealous now. More of my friends are having this Palm Springs life. But I think we'll be going out there quite a bit and interviewing all the cool people. Yeah, for sure.
I look forward to listening to that stuff.
I can't wait to see you screw that little wave up that we watched today. So Kalani showed us a couple of the new. So we're talking about the first wave pool. This was 2 years ago now, right?
Yeah,
it was probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah, their testing pool.
Yeah, it was like a little test, and now the actual one they've been working on for almost 3 or 4 years. It's been going on. It's a peak, it's a right, it's a left, and as you might hear, we're gonna do Kalani's first or his.
I think we'll probably air Blair first.
Okay, but anyway, we did a podcast backwards, and Kalani's like, if I could pick the first surfer, male surfer to come, he picked you. And I thought that was like insane. And he said Mason and you guys tie at first.
Oh man.
And
yeah, that's an
mad
honor,
props,
dude. I don't know.
Even I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Everyone's trying to be Kalani's best friend right now, so I feel
hey, I'm
very.
doing a podcast at Kalani's house. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
We'll see. I'll probably get there in like 3 years from now. So
No,
I'm
but
not.
he said that, and I was like, wow, that's insane. And he knew I was going to do a podcast with you, and he wasn't just slurping you. He means it. Like he's the reason why I knew what you were and everything, and now we're all fans. And
oh man.
And but the cool part is he said you, and then he said Mason, so you guys tied.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see you Grinch that freaking wedge.
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna
can't
be
wait
so
to
fun.
see freaking Mason
I
there.
know.
I've gone on one trip with Mason, and it was to a wave pool. It was to the Waco wave pool. And it was like
fun, huh?
probably to this day my favorite surf trip I've ever
He's
been
so
on.
fun
It
and
was
so
just
cool.
him and I like in the pool
That's
trading
insane.
off on waves, and
That'd be like a dream trip for me too.
we were just laughing the entire time. And
He doesn't have bad days.
no
that kid.
especially at a wave pool. He freaking loves those
rips.
things. He's like
I just like his brain. Like it's so refreshing. That's
Yeah.
what I always try to make video parts where I try different things and just try to do different stuff.
Yeah.
It's like him on steroids.
Yeah.
And he's insane.
yeah. He
He's so
does
fun.
stuff in parts of the wave where you wouldn't
Just
even
little,
think
like,
about it.
Old like Amish to his dad. It's so freaking rad.
Yeah.
He does everything cool. That's why I like how he rides longboards too now. Like
Oh,
big,
okay.
like 7.6s and 5-foot waves.
Oh, yeah.
He has a nod to the old generation, which is respect. Love that kid.
Yep.
And a smile. And then he said for the girls, Sky Brown is on the top of the list because
Nice.
she's a triple threat like you. Like he thinks her skateboarding and she could win gold, and her surfing one day double gold.
Yeah.
Which would be like the Shaun White effect.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty cool.
That would be insane. Yes,
But-
Sky's pretty damn incredible.
The cool thing is you get to hold Kalani Robb to this. Like you can literally say like, "Well, I'm coming," right? I mean, you already told me on video. It's pretty cool that you're going to do it, but he said you have to ride a 6'8" pintail Almeric
Oh my
from the
God.
80s. Right?
I think I would rather just stay in Laguna.
You're like, I'd rather ride a pillow from the pull bar.
yeah, exactly.
You would too, brother.
I'd rather ride a boogie board probably.
That's so
I'll
sick.
leave those things to Mason for sure.
I know. What's your favorite board on the Catch Surf line? One of those little nuggets, huh?
Oh yeah, I love the 54 special. It's 4 foot 6 inches,
And it has 3 fins?
3 fins.
Three
Yeah, yep. That's what Clay Marzo's been riding these days too. I don't know if you've seen any of
No,
his
but is he
videos.
going crazy and
It's
ripping?
messed up, dude.
He's doing Bill
Like,
hacks.
I
and
thought
stuff,
I was
too.
like okay at riding a softboard, and then he got one of those things. I'm like, fuck, I'm done, dude. I'm quitting. Yeah.
I knew those boards are going to get good enough for pros to start really fucking shit up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw Kalani ripping on I think it was Trestle's left. But he was ripping. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, the boards are getting good.
Yeah,
Like,
yep,
it's always been kind of like a silly ride for me. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, I love those boards. It's the only way you can fuck up a surf session with those boards is if you got ran over by a real surfboard and your head split open. Those boards are
if
so
it's not
sick.
if it's not your doing, that's
They
the
call
only
them
way your
fun
session
boards
can
for
go
a
wrong.
reason. Like
Yeah.
I've never had a surfboard that I called fun.
Yeah.
I always called them like a pain in the ass because they're too thin.
We had a buddy who put real fins in his fun board and sliced our friend's nut open. We tried to get too serious, and it turned into it was not fun anymore.
His
It was
nut
not-
sack.
just full slice through the wetsuit
That
to
was
the nuts.
gods from the foam board world. Going,
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah. That was Lawyer Brad.
Kalani making another entrance.
Lawyer Brad. It was like, oh, exactly.
But I was telling
It
him,
was
K-Dog, those
hectic.
boards are getting to a point. He said Clay Marzian was going upside down probably at windmills.
Yeah.
I think so cool.
Yeah. Kind of underground. He's underground. Bo's super underground, but what he
Is
does.
he on Catch Surf?
He rides for Catch Surf in Australia and is just like, I think he just loves riding the beater. So his whole thing is he'll just like go surf a crazy slab on a beater.
Big, like an 8-footer or like a little board like we're talking about?
And, it's a beater's 4 foot 6 inches too, I think.
Oh, the beater's small.
It's
What's the
it's a
big guy
small-
called that we ride? Aren't those beaters? No. You gave me one the other day, and it has your face and shit on the bottom.
That's probably
Like the 8-footer? What is
that's
it?
probably the
Odyssey.
the-
Odyssey. That's what it is.
Yeah, yep.
So the beater's a little guy.
The beaters
I
are,
always called
yeah.
the big guys beaters.
Yeah, I mean they're all beater boards, right? You can
Yeah.
kind of throw them around.
And doesn't that mean you could go in the area in Huntington Beach and shit that's a swimming
I think
only?
that's where the beater name came from because it was a black ball beater.
Yeah.
So they made the boards so you could still go surf on them and you would get away in the black ball zones.
Yeah, we're talking about foam boards, by the way. That's not foam, though. It's like, I was trying to explain what that material is the other day. It's like a sponge.
Yeah.
But now the reason why we're talking about it is you guys are getting more of a hardcore or something. What's going on? Why are they not flexing as much?
They have 3 stringers in them. So
that's probably why 3 stringers.
They're very, very stiff, and like they still flex a fair amount like a regular shortboard would, but I think that's what's really like taking them to the next level is they're not like super flimsy.
Yeah, that's
and
why
they don't break. They don't break as easily as some of those wave storms.
I mean, when you're at the weight I am, they've always been too flexy. Like no matter what, I'm just like this is never gonna work. That's why I was excited when I saw these guys throwing udder.
Yeah,
and then like Kalani was throwing pizzas around. I was like, oh, those boards are getting good.
Yeah.
Or Kalani's just so good at boogie boarding now, he makes it look like an Almeric shortboard.
Now, surfboards are just big, giant boogie boards that have great shapes for what you think they would be capable of. And then you got guys like Blair, which shows you if you get really good at it, it's possible. Yeah. But like most people, it bridges the gap between you would think you can't do crazy shit on it until you see Blair and you're like, whoa, that's possible? Okay, cool. This is not just a joke. Like they're pink and all, but
they're pink and all.
We put Baby in a corner over there. He's if you're hearing like a light faint, like Kalani's in the bathroom right now. We want to hear more of.
He's doing sit-ups actually.
I'm gonna back the guard. We want to hear your voice. Come over and sit down. Annie, you shout some more facts about him. What's his girlfriend's name? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't have one of those anymore.
Oh, you don't have a girlfriend? Oh,
no,
shit.
No.
I was going to ask you.
Tough subject. No.
Wait, should we do a t-shirt change? Anybody?
Yeah.
No, just let's make him more uncomfortable. Come on.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about the girlfriend thing. No,
we strang a chord there.
That's all right.
It's like, we can talk about it. Should we call your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, let's get her on speed dial right now.
Yeah, she's like, who is this? Is this Blair? What are you doing? Well, she hated it when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Usually what girlfriends do.
That was standard.
Yeah.
Standard.
I think, why'd you guys break up? She's just hated that I have fun every day. I just want to ruin it.
Hated that I chose the ocean over her all the time.
You only choose it for like a split second, though.
Yeah. Okay, here's another margarita.
Another margarita. This is the dopest way to surf ever. He can literally go the whole session without having to paddle once. It's so sick. But then again, your legs, you're like, I forgot.
You just love the no paddle thing. You must.
I don't want to not paddle and I don't want to run, so I don't want to surf or skimboard. Damn it!
We gotta get you on the winch, dude. The winch, just so you can just get towed in.
That's so true.
Yeah, it's funny that that one Austin Keene guy, who ran into the Kelly's wave and ran out to the boat wake. He branched out from skimboarding and he was originally a skimboarder from Georgia,
So that clip's probably Georgia or somewhere.
It might be on the East Coast somewhere, but he was the first skimboarder in my eyes to really make it, and make a living off of skimboarding. And it was only because he went into wake surfing, and basically
so he rides a skimboard on wakes.
Yeah,
that's his thing.
Yeah, yep. I mean, wake surfs are basically just skimboards. So it was cool to watch him transition from being an incredibly good skimboarder to just now all of a sudden he's the best wake surfer.
That's
and
sick.
Competing and winning contests or just doing stuff on a behind a boat that people had never seen before. And then he'd get boat sponsors and
that's sick.
I think
car
sponsors.
That boat was I think it was it the sponsor?
Probably Mastercraft.
Mastercraft commercial or something. It was the coolest thing. I definitely watched it 100 times. So.
Yeah. So
I just like that he put his hands down like that.
to watch him. You like to watch him get on his knees.
What'd you call it? The gorilla crawl?
The monkey crawl.
The monkey crawl?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
that's so good.
But yeah, so everyone who's kind of made a career out of skimboarding has had to branch out and do something else.
Your industry sucks,
dude. You're talking about the surf industry.
You're talking. Show, it's one booth. You're like, damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's called D's Nuts, and you're like, dude, can we get a different name of the one snowboard company? What? Give me some action on that.
It's funny to hear you complain about the surf industry because the skimboarding industry has it's literally 3 of the same people who make boards, and like there's just it's so small.
You could do like a Saturday Night Live skit of your guys' trade show.
Oh yeah,
it's like, hey Bill, and then you turn around, hey Dave, and then you're like, all right, later.
And they all hate each other because like
they're all trying to beat
the first guy who was making skimboards was actually doing okay, but then once the other guy came in, it just cut the 3 people into half.
Where he's like, now I'm selling 20 boards instead of 40.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the companies like? What's the board company you ride for?
So I ride for Exile Skimboards.
Exile?
Yep, Exile, and
I've seen that.
they're based right here in San Clemente, and so does Austin Keene. So does Brad Domke.
That's kind of like the Channel Islands of skinny.
Yeah, I would say so. And even the current world champ Lucas Fink rides in Exile as well. But there's the original skimboard manufacturers, Victoria Skimboards, which
I remember that one
still
too.
out in the Laguna Beach Canyon. They were like, I guess doing it probably in the 60s, maybe earlier on than that.
Do you have a model?
I do. Yeah, I have like a weird fish-shaped skimboard. Basically, I just copied Rob Machado and kind of just went a little bit of a different direction, and the board works insane. It was a happy accident as well, like one of those things where let's just try to do this, and
that's the one you actually ride.
Yep, and now I ride it all the time, and it has like a very straight rail line, and it actually helps you go straight, like on a skimboard.
So you're not going like this.
Yeah,
all
on
the
a
time?
skimboard,
That's the one thing when you guys get going out there, you're just like kind of holding it on swivel hips, like I can't turn yet.
Exactly.
Shit,
so
that's fucking dope.
Yeah, it's a little bit more directional, I'd say. It helps you go down the line faster and like kind of ride a wave differently.
And you have your own little. Do you have a traction pad on those?
I do. I actually have a Let's Party traction.
Nice.
That's the name of the.
By the way, that's the traction pad for Catch Surf, right? It's their company.
No, that's
different.
It's different.
Okay.
Yeah,
seem like the same.
Unfortunately, you can't really put traction on Catch Surfs. The material it doesn't stick to very well.
That's a very good point.
But yeah, me and a buddy co-own this traction company called Let's Party. And
Let's Party.
Yeah,
like Let's Potty?
Whoa. Let's Potty,
We got
Let's
cross
Party.
branding going
we
right
should
now.
do a little collab, dude.
We should do a Let's Potty pad. Oh, wait. Wait.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
No, that's what we need to do.
Dude,
a Let's
that'd be
Potty
sick.
party pad.
Maybe we have the Frank Don't Surf for the Palm Springs edition.
Dude.
We're just coming out
triple
with
co-op.
merch on
I
merch
like
right
it.
now.
Well, you know the guy, you know who to talk to for your Let's Potty pad.
That's
We
sick.
got-
I bet your pads must be fucking pretty funny looking.
Dude,
Like, you got
they look
all
like
kinds of-
they're as bright as your hat
This
right
hat
now.
is the Let's Potty hat. Or your party. God damn.
Yeah. No.
I might have to check out trademarks. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You got a little cross shit going on right now. I got to pay him $25 on
Yeah, you probably
GoDaddy.
do. I'll invoice you after this.
That's sick. So you got your hands on some kind of surf industry. So at that weird 4-man fucking trade show, you got Let's Potty in the corner. You're like, woo! And you're having
Exactly.
fun. Everyone else is like, fuck, I hate these people.
Yeah, exactly, but we're just battling other surf traction pads, so we're not making anything.
And I'm complaining about the surf industry. That's so embarrassing.
It
I'm
wasn't
so
until I
sorry.
branched out into the surf industry until I felt like, wow, I'm doing something. This
Was
is
there
great.
ever a skim mag? Kind of.
Yeah, there was actually.
Was there?
Yeah, yep. I was pretty young for those. I was probably like 10 years old when those things stopped. But
So there was an industry going there for a minute.
yeah.
We used to have magazines too.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
very small industry.
That's sick.
Yeah, we had a little skim mag. We also had videos like 10th Street Bros
Yeah.
was what I grew up watching, and
Is 10th Street in Laguna?
yeah, that's the place where you talk about the wedge
pier?
thing. Yes, that's no pier anymore, and there's
God.
no house anymore either. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yep. I just recently met the folks that had that house, and basically they said that it got so dilapidated and like the structure got so messed up from the salt water and everything that they couldn't even like get permits to
They
fix
just
it.
condemned it.
Yeah, the coastal commission just made them condemn it. So that was like a very iconic piece of Laguna and an iconic part of that beach.
That little canyon too. It's a
Yeah.
golf course back there.
Ben Brown's.
Ben Brown's.
Or I
The
think it's called
Deer.
the Ranch
It's
now.
the most beautiful place where
Yeah.
he's from.
Yeah, they've got a good little hotel and restaurant back there now. It's actually pretty rad.
What's the town that you grew up in? I mean, is it called South Laguna?
Yeah.
And was there a high school there that you went to? Or
Oh,
you had to go
yeah,
far?
I was just Laguna from the beginning. I went to Laguna Beach High School, and I was actually born in Marin County, believe it or not.
No
So
way.
I moved to Laguna when I was 1.
The hair's making more sense.
Yeah.
Got any weed in there?
Yep. The hippie look is checking out now.
So what year did your folks come down here?
They
Marin to Laguna that sounds maybe not right. Right?
Yeah.
It's like going from granola to cocaine.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening here.
That's a
You were
good
right into
comparison.
OC. What's that show? The one I was going to ask you about, The Hills?
The real OC.
Holy shit. Were you a part of The Hills?
No, wasn't
In the
part of
background
the
on
wasn't
one
a part
shot?
of the Laguna Beach show, thankfully.
Just missed your generation, huh?
There were some skimboarders in the Laguna Beach show.
I bet.
though.
That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
You could have been if you were a little older. Or younger. Older.
Yeah,
'cause it was
older.
before you.
No, yep, I just missed that.
You just missed it. That sucks. You
Probably
could be
for the better.
famous. Damn. I mean, look what it did for Slater.
Yeah.
Look at that motherfucker made it finally after Baywatch.
I
He was
know.
struggling.
Yep.
How's that heat the other night, Kelly? Damn. I mean, Kalani. Kelly ripped so hard and just got his butthole handed to him right at the last second.
I mean, he loves competition and he loves getting surf spots all to himself. It's almost like he doesn't. I mean,
He's just ripping.
he's like
Let's have
surfed
fun.
by one of the guys in the lineup with no other surfers, and he just loves it more than anybody else on earth. Because I ain't going to do that bullshit.
Had one kick out he had on one of his first waves and then tried to jump out the back but went all the way down to the bottom. Do you see that one? Because I'm not his age yet, but I could feel that motherfucker hit that shit. He got a pretty good barrel and then tried to jump out the back like this, but then actually fell into the lip. Oh,
Was that Chopu?
choked
Chopu.
the other day on his first heat. I was like, I can't wait to tell him like how'd that feel? Because literally I felt his body hit like a flat. There was nothing, just whoosh, bah.
Yeah.
He fell right into the trench, like
yeah.
woof. I was like, ouch, and it's so shallow where he fell. I was like, oh man, he's felt that.
Yeah.
When we were kids, we'd body surf off the wall, and it was like 10 feet, and you'd watch your friend break his neck and be like, yeah, chest bump. But now Kelly's 51. I'm like, oh, fuck, he just hurt himself. He's going to die. Everyone's like, he's the best surfer in the world. He's going to fucking die. We got to go save Kelly. He's underwater. He's going to die. Guaranteed, he's still going to be looking me in the eye and be like, I didn't feel a thing. I'll be like, bitch, you will feel that, okay? He's like, right now, he's got like 9 different fucking treatments on like 7 people are massaging him. He's like, I don't feel a thing.
He's still trying to get to
What?
the Olympics.
How many goddamn all athletic greens can you snort? Jesus Christ. No, it's insane how his level. Sorry to go down this Slater bullshit, but
No, you're good.
He just served
I
his heat
love
yesterday.
talking
Was
about
ripping
Slater.
balls, man. Still,
Slater slid into my DMs the other day. I was tripping out. I was like, whoa, Slater's messaging me?
it wasn't the real one though.
No, it was maybe a fake. Maybe a fake. No. Of course, he always slides in and is asking you about something like very particular.
Yeah.
And,
He wants to know
like,
what size fins you ride or something.
he had invested in this solar powered car thing that I did a little like brand deal with, and I got to drive it. And
Just so you know, it was Kelly.
it was definitely Kelly. It was definitely Kelly.
wow.
And he was like all curious, asking how it drove and stuff. And
That's sick.
Yeah, pretty funny. But
He's
it's just
so
cool.
in,
Like,
dude, he's
the
so
fa-
in tune with everything going on.
Yeah.
He
The fact
probably
that
knows
Kelly's-
that wedge, the name of the fucking wedge you
Oh,
ride.
yeah.
Guaranteed. He's like,
I
it breaks
would-
good on a north-south wind, south-swell, so the
Without a doubt.
120.
Probably has like an
What?
Excel sheet with like
Yeah.
all the directions
He's
in there.
telling you how to ride that. He's like, look, man, you're going to the wrong time. He's like, that shit's whacked.
Yeah.
That's it. Is kind of fun having the freaking what do we call him? I guess you would call him Cliff Clavin from Cheers, where he knows everything. But yeah, the sorcerer. You call him on. I'll be in different places in the world and be like, hey, what do you think about tomorrow at this place I'm at? And he's like, oh, go like noon. The wind's gonna be way better.
No
I'll be
way.
like, fuck me, let's go.
Yeah.
And he's right, always.
I've actually never met Kelly, but I would like to meet that guy.
You're
one
gonna
day.
get so many
day.
DMs. Just sounds like kind of gross DMs.
You
guys
guys
slid
freak-
into your DM. It's like, what the hell does that mean again? Dick to mouth? I mean, what is DM? Is that too soon? No, but it's such a Grom thing. It's like, yeah, he slid into my DM. Like, I don't want him sliding near my DM.
That's the age difference between
Yeah,
you and I right
exactly.
there.
But Kelly, he's all about sliding into those things.
Yeah.
You know, it would almost be kind of a fun show to have all the people go like, hey, yeah, fuck, Kelly Slater just hit me up on my DM. And it's always something different. It's like a cheerleader's like, where'd you get those shoes? And like, they look like they bounce really well. Those are kind of nice. Where'd you get them?
Just
And he's being honest, like kind of nice.
That would be kind of hilarious.
Give me some action over here, Annie.
Okay, all right. Because I saw in all of my research of you that you're just anything.
How much
with a
research
board.
was there? Sounds like you're sliding into his DMs over there.
Basically, just Insta stalking.
Am I doing a setup right now? Let's go. This is going to be a totally different podcast starting now. Annie, this
You
is
said she's
Blair.
your partner, right?
She's my business partner,
Oh, yeah.
not my partner.
Oh, okay,
I have a
okay,
girlfriend.
okay. Different kind of partner.
Dude, I'm
Different kind of
setting.
partner.
This is going to be like now a dating show. You ready?
Now we're on.
Annie, what do you really know about Blair?
No, all my knowledge is just from Instagram stalking.
But she's got so pink in the face. I finally made someone embarrassed.
Yes.
Good job.
Okay, but you guys would make a cute couple.
Oh.
Thanks, Benj.
Should I keep going or what?
People listening are gonna
This
be.
is so fun. Turn the lights
I'm
up.
getting sweaty. No.
I'm getting sweaty. Jeez, this is fucking awesome. This is gonna be so fun to do. I don't think you can say no on if I ask you guys if you want to go on a date. You have to say yes. It's like if you propose to somebody. No, you guys can do that off
We
air.
went from, like,
What was your phone number?
Where's our first date, Annie? Where's our first date?
What's our first
Skimming.
date? Apparently,
You won't like
it
skimming.
already happened.
Oh, so anyway, you did all the research.
and-
Sorry to sidetrack.
We went from Instagram stalking to apparently now we're engaged. So,
There you go.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Quick 2 minutes.
Yeah, in 2 minutes.
That's how long the heats are in skimboarding.
One skimboarding.
Kalani was gonna say something else right there. I had a feeling.
If you do, you got to come over here and sit on a mic. No, but dude, I love the fact that it's about absolutely nothing, as my tagline is in the beginning. It's about you're going to learn absolutely nothing. It's supposed to just be spontaneous and fun. So if you have,
And it's now about dating.
K-Dog, I want that Palm Springs hat though for Rizzle. That thing's sick. I mean, whatever you want to do. We can swap my dirty, filthy catch surf party
Dang.
hat.
You're gonna get that thing so dirty so fast.
I know, true.
You're gonna be partying too hard with that hat on, and it's just gonna be brown the next day.
You can probably just stick this on your board and it can just.
Is that a legit Let's Potty?
No, you wish.
Okay, okay.
Do I have
That's-
to trademark this to wear it? To Poddy? Should we do a Poddy?
Well, no, we're going to make Let's Potty hats. We're going to have a whole line of merch and a Let's Potty party pad.
Yes, that would be epic. We just did a Kook Slams collab. Actually, it was kind of legit. It turned out pretty good.
I enjoy Kook Slam. That's funny to
I
me.
think if you guys do the bright colors, I think our logo would be perfect for that.
Yeah.
It's bright teal and bright yellow.
Yeah. Okay.
Good call. Good call.
You guys don't have any merch yet, though.
No, I just do little G-bangers and stuff, but I just keep
Okay.
them.
G bangers.
G-bangers. That's like before DMs. They were G-bangers.
Okay. Interesting.
Isn't that funny? You guys don't know what a G-banger is? Damn
I
it.
have
What do you guys call them now?
no idea what
G-banger
that
is a G-string girls wear?
Oh,
Wait, I mean, what do you guys call that now?
just
G-banger. See, let's go.
Wow.
See?
You got Let's Potty G bangers.
Yeah, well, just for me, I said. I didn't give them away. Just wear them every day.
Just you and Jamie O just hanging
What do
out.
you guys
with
call G-string?
like a thong. A
See,
G-string?
Yeah.
that's like calling a slipper a thong. I don't like it.
I learned a new word today.
I don't like
Yeah.
G bangers.
it. G-bangers. Yes! See, you can learn from old people,
I like it.
right? Don't do porn. Oh, God. No, but you were asking a question, but then you fell in love, and we got to work through it.
Yeah, we got a little sidetracked. No, my question though is going to be like, it seems like wherever there's a board, you rip on it. So has like any of that like skating, wake surfing,
Suck at
surfing,
skating.
snowboarding, has any of that like translated into your skimboarding style?
I would say kind of more vice versa. Like, when I was, growing up riding a finless board, like now when I surf, I'm trying to freaking ride a skimboard, and I doesn't translate super well. Like fins, I can't figure them out sometimes. So I think, I guess, skimboarding hasn't really helped me out with other sports other than maybe snowboarding. I think snowboarding, it's very similar because it's rail to rail, and it's way more similar than any other board sport to skimboarding. So yeah, I guess cross training wise, like snowboarding is going to be probably easiest for a skimboarder to pick up, and maybe vice versa. I've never really seen. Actually, Sky Brown, well, she's a skateboarder, but she came and skimboarded with me one day, and that was pretty cool. She'd figured it out really fast. She was doing like shove-its and stuff, like skates tricks by the end of the day.
But it's true. Then did you watch the Summer X Games last month?
I
little
did
bit?
not.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not
There's
super
like
great at it.
5 12-year-old girls that are vert skaters and park skaters, and they're winning everything, and they're
Okay.
12.
Yeah.
And all the like 30-year-old girls are like, this is fun.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is not good. It's
Yeah.
kind of like right now, it seems like the young, is the generation's taking over, surfing, everything.
sure.
There's
Yeah.
like right now is the time where all the older guys are like, all right, you can have this shit. Like
Yeah.
12-year-olds are taking over the world.
Yeah, that's where the most progressions happening right now in any board sport, I'd say, or any action sport. It's like girls are just
crushing.
Yeah, they're young ones are just way above and beyond their years. Really.
So is Sky Brown getting the invite first or him? So is it?
That's different. I want to do Sky and Jackson.
Ooh, Jackson. Yeah, that's a good call.
You did that already,
I
didn't
know,
you?
I'm just doing all the same people I invited before.
Yeah, you
because
should.
I appreciated them kind of like obviously their platforms helping kind of promote the pool and show what the pool is capable of. This is the big show now.
Yeah.
That was just for fun. This is I would say it's really cool to be able to surf it before anybody else, and this is the wave that's the one that I'm showing.
Yeah.
So this is hopefully a cool thing again for them to be able to do it before anybody else does.
Are you guys gonna surf tonight?
I'm gonna surf tomorrow.
Okay, but you guys are riding waves tomorrow.
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm jealous. Isn't that crazy?
Especially when it's like cloudy.
It's so
and just,
shitty in the waves.
Gosh, it's so sad here. I just want to go to Palm Springs now. Kalani.
That is
I'm
so
ready.
Fun. Is they gonna do lights at night? Is that a thing yet?
The same lights that they have in stadiums, so that you're able to record any type of stuff in the pool, and it's the same equivalent to what you would do in NFL football, so you can broadcast it.
So that's a yes.
Yeah.
You just said that the lights are gonna be like a stadium light. Oh man, that's gonna be so cool.
They're gonna be having like DJ sets, like freaking lasers and shit.
What
in the
time do
pool,
they close?
probably.
You could go all night.
It's just,
Yeah.
gonna
Just
be
like a rave.
Palm Springs Surf Club.
Yeah.
What
Holy
is
moly.
happening? I'm moving to what country is that? It's seriously right over the stupid hill right here, and I'd go once a year, or not even that. Everything you've heard from Kalani Robb today is a disclaimer here. You're never getting invited.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Big disclaimer on the Blair going to the pool.
Exactly. No, that's cool, man. We're stoked to finally get a skimboarder on here. We're trying to be as diverse as possible, and I think we're nailing everything. The one percenters. That's what we're calling this one podcast.
1%ers.
All the Harley Davidson guys are like, one percenters, bitch.
So
But anything
who
cool?
else have you had on this thing? Other than Kalani.
Dude, not to drop. You want me to drop some names?
I think
Let's
I
go.
listened. Did I listen to one with Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk has been
Yeah,
on.
okay.
I mean, I had a lot of musicians like Perry Farrell and Mike D and
Chris
Chris Shiflett and Donovan's been on it.
Miles Doty.
Miles, the slightly stupid singer.
Okay.
We did a lot of heavy music. And no Jack yet, but he's coming in hot. The Beefs video, you're part of that too, yeah?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what your video are your own thing?
Yeah, I have
When I watch them, is
my
it your...
own channel, but I feel like everyone knows me most because of Beef's videos.
Yeah, I think...
Everyone, like, I think all the surfers watch Beef's channel, and then I have my, like, it's called
It's your
Skid
surname?
Kids.
Oh, it's called
Yeah,
Skid Kids?
Skid Kids.
I
and
gotta
it's
fuck
like
with that.
a mostly skimboarding channel. But yeah, Beef's was like kind of... He got me onto the YouTube thing early on because he filmed me skimboard a couple times, and his videos did like super well.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, you should just like start one of your own and keep doing what you're doing. And sure enough, it worked out pretty damn well for me. So
I like the rights at the wedge that you guys serve. Isn't that,
Oh,
is that
yeah.
the spot where you guys fuck
that's
around with the light
cylinders.
right
Yeah,
That looks
yeah,
fun.
yep. Yeah, that's a good surfing wave on the right day too.
Kalani, he gave you some props on the skimboarding. He said you came down. He said the next day you couldn't walk though. Does he do the monkey crawl?
Yeah, he does, dude.
Surfers do monkey crawl because
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw that shit.
I can't even believe what they do. You're running full.
I know,
full
slow-moing
speed and
it
throw
is
something to
hard.
the ground and jump on it.
You gotta catch it.
No, and he jumps and he showed me run, and you're jumping and then you throw the thing and then you put the back foot on, and I'm like, bro, I'm dead.
Yeah, that's right. You go like back foot first too. That's so weird. I'd always go front first. You'd think.
It's incredible what he can do, how fast he runs too. You can never escape him. Don't make him mad, Blair.
That's true. He does have kind of long legs and fucking knows what he's doing.
I can only run for 30 seconds.
You think that shit's amazing that he doesn't skimboard? Just watch how fast he's running.
Yeah, you know what? That you don't think about it, but your most important technique is ours is paddling. Yours is definitely fucking being able to be like a giraffe running through that water.
Maybe so. I think I'd have a pretty good 100-yard dash.
Yeah.
My 100-yard dash is probably pretty killer.
You're like,
Worst case scenario, if the skimboarding thing doesn't work out, you can always be like an Olympic sprinter.
Exactly.
There you go.
I should probably transition now because
YouTube for you. You should just do it just for fun. Get some shoes and see what a time is and see what you rate.
That'd be kind of fun to do.
Especially like
And
running
then
off
get a
the
couple other skimmers.
Yep.
get a little Kai dog on it. See what you rate as far as that, because that's truly something that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, the more you think about it, it's part of how you fucking get a good wave. It's all about your speed, huh?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, I think that's really what sets a good skimboarder apart is their speed too. Like that Austin Keene guy, he can freaking get out and
maybe we have Austin and you have a little fucking 50-yard dash.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
I like that. Dude, I wonder what's going to happen to the wedge after this little hurricane swell we're going to get. I think all of our beaches are going to look a lot different after this weekend.
Okay, good. I'm so glad you're going to say this because I don't know what you're talking about, but I did see something on my phone this morning. It looked like a hurricane coming up at us.
Yeah.
Is that really happening?
I think so. I think it's happening. It's like
how long
3 days out now.
3 days out.
So they're getting more accurate with it. And like, I don't know. I find following those things super interesting.
Do you think it's going to bring a lot of swell?
I don't think it's going to bring a lot of swell.
Because it's too straight
It's going straight into Baja, and then we're just going to get the remnant, like wind swell. We're just going to get a lot of wind and weather from it, I think. Huh. But it's going to, like, for me as a skimboarder, I know that's just going to mess up all of our beaches. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, I don't know.
Okay, for all you people out there, this podcast's not going to come out in time. Batten down the hatches. Board up the windows. Here we come. Wow, another natural disaster. This is going to be fun.
Where do you post these? Sorry, we're going off topic, but
everything.
You post them.
Yeah.
We have our own Instagram. We're big time. You got Instagram.
Okay.
Well, and this is actually a good way to reveal our new kind of little partnership. So we release on like every podcast distributing platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, whatever, and then our host RSS feed is on Spreaker. So all of that's just audio, and then the video feed goes on YouTube, and then you post clips on our Instagram, and then we're starting.
Are you doing all this?
Oh yeah.
Holy moly!
Spotify too. Yeah.
Thank God she quit Muay Thai.
Right?
Totally. She's beyond smart.
Yeah, that's insane.
But then we're also probably this will be the first episode on it, but we're starting a little partnership profile on Millions, which is a primarily sports, but they're branching out into other topics like podcast distributing platform. Okay. So that'll be all of our merch will be on there. We're going to start linking it to everything. So the Let's Poddy Party Pad will be on Millions for people to buy.
Yes. I like it.
So it'll be up on there too, and that'll reach a whole different audience. So
yeah.
And hopefully your YouTube fucking fans will go on YouTube because that's our lowest rating thing is YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And it's because I always leave my shirt on. That's what they say. They say the visuals aren't up to par, and I'm like, damn it.
It'll be the random like videos on YouTube that'll blow up.
That's the thing about me and Kalani is if you film us, you're gonna cancel us. Let's be honest. You're like 10 minutes in, they're like, I can't edit enough. Like the cutting room floor is up to here. Yeah. Dude, it was such a pleasure to have you, Blair. Yeah. And I can't wait for our pad to come out and you guys get married. Kalani Robb, thanks for hosting us, by the way. Give it up for K-Dog. I'm only doing that because I want to come to the pool tonight.
Where's the food at, Doug?
He ate that whole spaghetti with his girlfriend didn't get one bite.
I was looking over
Dude, when you eat, it makes me horny. It does. This guy and I have eaten room service back to back to back in 3 hours. Like kept ordering food because he doesn't get fat, but I do. And I just watch him eat, and it makes me horny. He's like, you can just tell that his muscles and shit need it. You're like, when he eats, you're like, God, that looks good. And I'm fat, so I like to eat.
Tell the truth, all our lives, we've ordered like husband and wife. He'll go over and he'll go, that looks good. And then he'll go, but I want this. And he goes, okay, listen, you ordered this, and I'm gonna order this.
Yeah.
He gets a little bite of your food.
Slater hates me for it, and he can't handle it. Whenever I order, I'm all, let's get one of those, and let's get one of those, and you guys will all like this. And Slater's like, we're not doing that. Stop it. We're not doing that. I'm like, ah. And every time we order, he's like, don't do it. He like knows.
So funny.
Yeah, little buddy can handle his fucking own. And one night, this is a funny drive-through story. We're in Panama, and I think we're jet lagged or something, and he has like a tapeworm that eats all the food or something. And he fucking...
Wait, Kalani does?
Yeah, something's killing all the food. I don't know. He poops all day. I don't know. It's fucked up. And we get in there, and he's like, I remember chicken and rice, and it was a joke in the drive-thru. And it was a big, beautiful piece of chicken with some kind of ass stuff on it. French fries, rice, everything. And we got him, and he looked at me, and he goes, chicken and rice. And it meant like order another one. And it literally, the joke in the drive-thru is after the second one, I finally pass out. I'm like literally the most bloated ever. And I hear ding dong. What the fuck is that? Because I was like fell asleep and he ordered another one.
No.
He's
way.
like chicken and rice. And he looks at me and he's all ha ha ha. He was like eating while I'm sleeping. I'm like, how do you do this? And he's just getting jacked. There's all that testosterone.
Dang, man.
But
I'd love to hear
it.
some more stories from you guys. I think
Yeah.
it's so cool when you interview friends who have like such a history with you,
dude, it's
because
insane.
those stories are just they're classic.
Yeah,
They're incredible.
it's the volumes that we have of stories. It's so funny.
Yeah, I like that Tony Hawk one you did too.
Oh, that one's good, right?
Yeah,
He's a good podcaster.
I can't believe how connected you are with all these big dogs.
I've been
Here I am, just trying to meet Kelly Slater, and
No, dude. As long as you got an electric car deal that he wants a part of, he'll slide his DM into you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I want to get that extra battery, if you know what I mean, Blair. Going all the way to
Hectic.
Pie Town. No, but hey, thanks for being our guest, and I can't wait to watch the weight pool stuff and see you do more creepy stuff with my producer.
Yeah, well,
What? It's already the
let's see if we
second
can get it more awkward in here.
Yeah.
See how awkward we can.
Oh, see, no one ever listens to these podcasts to the end anyway. So at the
Yeah.
very end of them, you can do whatever you want.
Yes.
So
that's a
clip
wrap.
it.
Knock it off.
Clip it.
This will be the promo part of the whole thing, right? Blair, how do you like sucking dick? There's your fucking promo video on YouTube. Blair, and then we're gonna put words in your mouth so you might ever say how much you like it.
And he's just gonna cut this to like completely
I know,
sabotage me.
that's the worst thing is your girlfriend is editing it.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna put she's gonna have like you shirtless and with Kalani's body up to your neck, and it's got your head on it with Kalani's body. She's just like, she's like, let's party.
That's fun.
Sorry. So we're ending the podcast as it started, uncomfortable. And let's keep going, Blair. Let's see what life has in store, and then we'll do round 2, season 3, because this is our season 2 right now, and
Season 2.
we're gonna get all kinds of more weird people like you and 1%ers, and just try to make people have a good time while they're on hikes and shit. So when you listen to these things.
My ties at Palm Springs Surf Club too.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait for that shit. I'm a Grinch, and we'll bring a wrench
That better
We
be
should
our
set
next.
up a Let's Potty booth
out there.
Surf
Yeah,
Club.
that'd be fun.
I would be
with
into that.
AC.
With AC.
Yeah.
100%.
Or
The
little
pod-
spritzers, like little misters or something.
the whole time. Kalani won't have a shirt on.
Go on, you want?
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
All right. Thanks, Blair.
Yeah.
That was awesome, brother.
pleasure.
Annie, good job.
Benji,
Have fun
thanks.
editing this.
Apparently I'm engaged now.
Good questions, Andy. Good
No.
questions.
Hey, wait till. Hey, you guys, I'll keep you informed on the next podcast how it all went down. They're going to lunch now. I mean, dinner. I mean, marriage. All right. Love you guys. That was fun. Peace out.